KVK is finally here, but I'm a little worried about if I'm ready for it. Join me today for a breakdown of my current account. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms gameplay episode from your very own Shappy Gaming. Today, we are going through and breaking down my account before KVK. And yes, the formatting's a little bit different. I'm on vacation, but unfortunately, KVK waits for no one. So with that, let's take a look at what my account is shaping up to be. Beginning with my resources. And this is kind of something I'm really concerned about, because you see how many resources I have open, right? 1.9 billion food, 1.3 billion wood, 1.4 billion stone, and 2 billion gold. In theory, that's not bad, but it's also not great. And if I had tons of resources in my bag, it would be no problem, right? Unfortunately, these are the resources I have in total. 4.6 billion food, 7.5 billion wood, 5.7 billion stone, and 3.1 billion gold. So things are looking a little tight going into this KVK from a resource standpoint. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll beg leadership to give me some resources. It's just a challenge, right? I migrated in here with very little resources. Last KVK was a very heavy KVK against 1960, so I guess we'll have to see how it all goes. This is probably my biggest concern for KVK going into it right off the bat, because resources can make or break whether things work or they don't. While we're in here, we might as well take a look at my speed ups. So here we are. As you can see, I have a ton of speed ups. This equates to 1,825 days of speed ups. It's not a ton as in like, oh my God, I'm totally going to kill KVK. No problem at all. But I think I'm in a good enough spot that in terms of this KVK, I'll probably be all right. So long as I continue to bring more speed ups in while we go through KVK, I should be okay. My bigger concern is the healing and training speed ups that I have are really light, which means I'm going to be pretty much living off of those universals. So I'm going to have to be killing a lot of barbarians. But I think we'll be all right on speed ups. So long as I don't think I'm going to try and push a zenith, I should be okay. Now, the one silver lining here is I don't think the resource calculator actually takes into account all of the pick one chests. So in theory, I may actually have more resources than I was showing right there. I hope I do. I've never dug into these pick one chests. I don't think anyone does. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys using these things? Am I just sleeping on them? I've never used them, so maybe these will actually come in clutch this KVK. We'll have to find out. Now, from a fighting standpoint, I feel more ready than I think I've ever been before for a KVK. So here are my commanders. And first things first, I don't have Ragnar maxed. I'm not using Ragnar right now. However, commander swap is going to be showing up during this KVK, and my current plan is to swap for Ragnar. If I do that, I can probably run Ragnar with Scipio and bench Guan, and that will probably be my current plan. So let's look at his stats. Obviously, he has nothing maxed right now. So if we come over here, you can see no statistics whatsoever. 48,000 kills. That was from our testing video. So he's fresh, new. I expect by the end of this KVK, he will be maxed though. So I'm kind of excited to see how that all plays out. Nevsky, on the other hand, Nevsky's gotten a lot of utes. He's an old guy. He's got 15.9 million kills. And I think this KVK, that's going to go up. If I can use an artifact, I'll probably throw Ragnar behind Nevsky. So that will also be a really powerful pairing. But I just have a feeling that Nevsky's going to do particularly well. He's been a mainstay for the longest of times. I'm excited to see how he does. On to the next commander. It's going to be Ho Chu Bing. And yes, I'm not the biggest fan of this guy. I think in my last video where I was going through all of my KVK after action, he actually did pretty well. But I just don't like him. I don't know. You guys tell me. Do you like Ho Chu Bing? Are you using him actively? Anyhow, he has 14 million kills. So he's doing all right. I think his numbers will probably go up. My goal for this KVK is to try and go up at least between 400 and 500 million kill points. So I think it's within reach. And Ho Chu Bing, Joan, and Nevsky William are probably my 2 cavalry marches. Maybe I'll swap them as we go, but those are probably going to be the 2 cavalry marches I'm running. Onto the archers, my favorite guy. We have Zhuge Liang with 13 million kills already. I think I've only used him in like 2 KVKs. He's a beast, and I'm super excited to see how he's going to do this KVK. I just have a feeling. I'll show you guys the matchup at the end so you're not super confused about everything that I'm talking about. But I think this KVK is going to be really nice, mainly because there are no Mega Imperiums. That's right, Shappy Squad. It has been 3 or 4 KVKs now that I've been going up against Mega Imperiums, and I'm so excited to have just normal fights against AC Kingdoms. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited. Now, these next couple commanders, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're going to shake out. Because we have Guan Yu, who's a beast. We already know Guan Yu's a beast. And he has 14 million kills. If I max Ragnar, I may end up benching Guan. Right? That's the big question. Should I be benching Guan? We're going to have to see. I've been watching some of Gaines' footage from his KVK. He just maxed Ragnar. And his Guan has been doing really well. So we're going to have to see how it all works out. That said, Guan has done exceptionally. Let's go on to Scipio, because obviously I'm rerunning Guan Scipio. Scipio also has about 13.15 million kills. So overall, there's a nice little balance here. I think if Guan does well, Scipio's going to do well. That's kind of a given. This March has always been like middling towards bottom of the pack for me. It hasn't been my best. It hasn't been my worst. So we'll see. I'm excited about it. I think that this is going to be fun. But overall, meh. The next march that I'm super pumped about, and this is probably my greatest killing march, is probably going to be Luce William or Luce Alex. So Luce is at 13.729 million kills. This is going to go up. No matter what happens this K, either I'm cheeseburgering with him or I'm in the field with him, Luce is going to get a ton of kills this KVK. I have no doubt whatsoever. Now, just for fun, let's go back up to Wallace. My William Wallace is not maxed. He's 5552. He's very close to being maxed. I may use a commander swap for him. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Should I swap for William Wallace to get him maxed? I can do it. I don't really have many other commanders I'm thinking of doing it for. Maybe I could do it for Gajamana and get a range march. I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? Now, let's take a look at William Wallace. He has just about 4 million kills. If I'm running Luce Alex, William Wallace is going to sit on the bench. However, if I'm running William Wallace, he typically does trade pretty well, especially if we're winning. My bigger fear is that we're going to get into this KVK and we're not going to be controlling the field because all the enemies are going to run away. And so there's not going to be a lot of field kills to be gotten. And that's my big fear here. Because William Wallace does the best when there's a big murder ball, sometimes even when he's being swarmed. So we'll see how it shakes out. The next one I'm going to look at just for fun is Attila. Attila is by far my largest killer. And if they introduce a relic, which they do in this KVK, we're doing Tides of War, Attila is going to get some more kills, probably with Luce. So I'm looking at this now so later on I can refer back. And yes, my Attila's gotten a ton of kills. He's probably my highest killer, him and Takeda. So I'm a big Attila guy. Next is going to be Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc is about 14 million kills. That's way more than I actually expected. So I'm excited to see what she does this KVK, either behind Nevsky or behind Ho Chi Bing. Joan of Arc is always kind of a beast. Although I did see some people running her primary. Is that a thing that people do? I don't know. I've never tried it, but some people do. And last but not least, we have Herman. Herman, I recently maxed. There was a whole video. I'll link that right above my head, top right side of your screen, so you can go through and watch that. He is at 5.3 million kills. He's obviously going to get more kills. All of my marches are in really good shape. I like to think I have all of the 5 meta marches now. The only exception is I don't have Ragnar maxed and I don't have William Wallace maxed. So that's what we have in the way of commanders. That's what we have in the way of resources. That's what we have in the way of speed ups. Now, let's actually talk about the KVK matchup because I haven't talked about it at all. So the KVK matchup is all of these kingdoms. You got 2029, they're in our camp, we're 3265. You got 1688, they're in the fire camp, they're going to be our allies. You have 2728, they're in wind camp, they're our enemies. You have 3060. There are also our allies. You guys may remember last KVK, we were actually fighting against 3060. You have 2708. They are our enemies. You have 2885. They are also our enemies. And you have 2298. They are also our enemies. So it is really here going to be fire and water versus wind and earth. That's the breakdown. And so if we go and look at the map, and I can show you guys, I'll pop it up on the top left side of your screen right now. You can actually see what the power matchups are for this KVK. What's interesting is the fire camp actually has the most power, and then it's us. But 3060 last KVK didn't do all that much, so I'm a little nervous to see how this all shakes out. But I'm excited. I think it'll be a good time either way. Again, I'm just happy to not be fighting Mega Imperiums. Here's what that map looks like again. It does look like 3060 is technically Imperium, but we fought them last KVK and we kind of crushed them, so I'm not too worried about that. So that's the breakdown right now. This is going to be a great KVK. It's going to be so much fun. So if you guys are excited and you want to see live streams, you want to see the KVK, do hit that subscribe button. That's going to be like right here. If you're excited, it also helps make sure that you don't miss the content. Guys, only like 19% of my viewers are subscribed. What are you waiting for? So that's the KVK breakdown. This is Tides of War KVK. So I will be going through, making a video, walking you through all the best tides to use, what we're going to leverage here. And of course, let's talk about equipment and armaments, because this is something that I feel like I never cover. But last KVK, my equipment was a disaster. So this KVK, I'm actually really happy to see how it is. Here's my cavalry equipment. I think this is my best set. So it's not bad. It's not great. We don't have any iconic tiers yet, and that's actually on purpose because I've been trying to finish this last infantry set. So that's not bad. Here's my second cavalry set. It's in pretty good shape. Eventually, I do want to replace that banner with something a little bit more viable, but for now, it works. My archer set, I'm feeling pretty good about. My plan here is actually to give this the infantry banner that I currently have on Boudica, so that we can get a little bit of extra march speed on the archers, because God, they're slow. And especially watching Gaines, he's really struggling with Zug. So archer set's also in pretty good spot. I do have the KVK weapon here, which, I don't know, retrospectively, I probably shouldn't have used this, but I did, so here we are. Here's my infantry set. This was my crummy infantry set. If you guys remember last time, I had pretty much nothing on this set. It was a disaster. I started this KVK with, I think, 2 legendary pieces. So this set has come a long way. I'm stuck as to what to use for this accessory. I can forge an accessory right now, right this minute, and it is actually the drums. And if you guys remember, I made a whole video saying how much I like the drums, but I got a lot of pushback from people saying, Shappy, you should just forge the horn. But the thing is, the drums are 20 legendary materials cheaper. And for that, like, it's kind of a good deal. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will make my decision based upon what you tell me. And maybe I'll even start a poll on the channel. So, I could forge that, and that would finish off my infantry setup. So, that gives me pretty much a full set of infantry gear. And obviously, I would iconic that because I have like 14 iconic crystals. Here's my main infantry set. This is my William Wallace set. It's chilling. Again, nothing is iconic tiered up yet, but once I finish that infantry accessory, I can start working on these tiers, which I'm so excited for because I have way too many blueprints. But that's what we're looking at right now. So that's the setup from all of my equipment. What about my armaments? Now, my armaments, I think, are okay. I've seen some people with some pretty crazy ones. I've never gotten a hunter inscription, which kills me, but what can you do? So here's my cavalry setup. We got Robust, War Hunger, Strategic, and Deflector. I think it's pretty good. We've got a lot of good health on here. We've got some attack. I have way too many stats from other things, but I do have Transmutation Stones, so if I wanted to come in here and fix some things up, I could. It's just a question of, which pieces do I actually focus on? Here's my next set for cavalry. We have a little bit of a better set here. Less health, but we do have the rare armament. We also have Ward here. Whenever a user uses an active skill, you take 5% less damage. I really like this with Joan because she's popping her skills off so often. Also, on Ho Chu Bing, his rage requirement's lower, so it's mint. We also have Boiling Blood. This is the rare inscription. Strategic, deals extra damage to surrounded troops. If I'm in a murder ball, this is a given. And then we have Enduring, which is 3% more counterattack damage because, again, my cavalry always seem to find themselves right in the middle of the murder ball. So that's my 2 cavalry armament setups. What about my archers? My archers are not as good. I got a lot of health on there. I got robust, which is 3.5% health. I got alert, which is going to give me counterattack. I got rebuff, which is more counterattack. And I got elite, which is all damage, which I really like on Zug with Herman because your skill damage is just popping off like crazy. I have some march speed here, and I have some health and defense. So overall, this is okay. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Should I change things up a little bit? I don't know. I also have my infantry setup here, and we have Focus Fire, which is my second rare inscription. I think I only have like 2. And so we have Valiant, which is all damage. We have Brutal, which is attack, which is fine. War Flames, which is also all damage. So I got 2% all damage on here, which is chef's kiss. Focus Fire, again, this is the skill damage. And then our raw stats here aren't great. We have 7% health, 7% defense, some march speed because infantry need it, and some attack. I'd like to get this a little bit better, but again, all of these are kind of in a state where I have 2 stats for them, and I need to transcribe them. So I don't know. Let me know, which set should I actually really work on here? And this one is like my pride and joy, so please don't rip on me in the comment section below. This is my Smite setup. We have Pulverize. Whenever you launch any basic attack, you have a 10% chance to gain 20% bonus to all types of damage. So I really like this one. We have Bluster, which is not great, to be honest. There's probably a better inscription I could get here instead of Bluster. The problem is this is giving me 3% infantry health and 2.7% infantry attack. So it's going to be really hard to replace. So, we got Brave. When surrounded, you deal more counterattack damage. I really like this on William. Again, I think he's exceptional, especially when surrounded. And we have Forceful, which is a 3% boost to normal damage dealt, which we love on William because, again, smite damage. So overall, I'm feeling pretty good going into this KVK. My speed-ups are in a good place. My commanders are in a good place. And this matchup seems to be really favorable towards us. And I think we're probably going to win. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So that's my William Wallace. Those are all of my armaments. But I haven't actually shown you any of my stats. So we're starting this KVK with 77 million power. This is okay. We have training stage right now. I'll probably train a little bit more because 77 million power isn't a lot, and I really do want to kill a lot of troops this KVK. We do have the training buff right now, so I'm planning on training, so we'll see how it goes. And here are the raw stats. So here are my kill points. We have 4 billion kill points. Again, most of them come from T5 and T4. Yes, I have a lot of T1 kills. Don't ask. It's mostly from zeroing farms. Yeah, it happens. Sorry. So those are our stats right now. As for our raw info, here you go. You got the building power, tech power, troop power, commander power, and my deads. My dead count is 27 million. I've been playing this game for way too long, guys. It's I try to kill at least 1.5 million troops every KVK. So that's usually what boosts my stats for the most part. But one day I will get to that 84 million power mark again. I don't know. We'll see. So that's what we got. And here's all of our resources gathered. Now, if you guys have stuck around to this point in the video, you guys lucked out because I showed you all of my numbers earlier for resources and such. What I didn't show you is I have 131 Marauder chests. And if you're at this part in the video, comment below. Use like a star emoji. Use a star emoji, and that's how I'll know that you got here. We're going to go through and we're actually going to open these right now, and we'll see what my final breakdown is. I typically like to do these in batches of 25 because I think it's fun. So let's do that, and let's open that. We got some more materials here. 3-hour speed ups, stone, iron, gems, 8 hours. Oof, no 24 or 3 days. Okay, on to the next. Here we go. Some gems, 3 hours, 8 hours, individual credits, no 3 days or 24 hours. I'm getting crushed. Okay. 24-hour speed up. Yes. Okay. There we go through. 2 3-day speed ups. That's what we love to see. There we go, Shappy Squad. Some gems, some more 3-hour speed ups. Very nice. That was probably the best one yet. Some 3-hour speed ups, 2 24-hour speed ups, some 8-hour speed ups, and some more gems. Perfect. And we'll do the last full batch. There we go. One more 3-day speed up, some more 8-hour speed ups, some 3-hour speed ups, and the last one. Very nice. I hope that you guys have enjoyed. I'm super excited about this KVK. If you are, let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys haven't already, do hit that subscribe button. That's going to be right over there, right here. And hit the bell so you get notified when new episodes come out. Only about 19% of our viewers are subscribed, so if you're waiting, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button and join the Shappy squad. Thank you all. Shappy out.